Hey everybody, it's Lynn from A Bit of Birdsong, and I have 4 Christmas journals that I'm going to be listing right now. The links to each one will be in the description box. So let me stack these up, and I'm going to be very careful to number these. We're going to call this one journal number 1. It has got the cardinal fabric on the outside, and then this piece of quilted sort of off-white fabric across the back, or the whole outside. There's my stamp, and we have this white cord. Now, I didn't put any beads or charms on any of these because I feel like you might have things you want to put on that would be your Christmas charms, beads, whatever you want to use. I am going to include some jingle bells in each pack, so you will have those if you want to use them. This has got this little piece of fabric that's got a portion of a red Christmas tree. Then on the inside, we have the poinsettia fabric, and we have a pocket across the front. Why don't we call this one cardinal poinsettia? And the paper, so there are 15 folded pages. Just a mix of very pretty Christmas paper. I love this pack of paper. I am so glad I bought it. When I first bought it, in a way, it almost didn't seem bright enough because everything's bright lights at Christmas time. But the more I worked with this, the more I fell in love with it because it is sort of muted. It's not real bright. And then you can go through and just add whatever you want to brighten it up. Now, I know it might look a little bit uneven when you look at the fabric, but see how this comes out a little farther than that? This is the way I love these journals, these primitive looking Christmas journals. So I promise when I did the binding, I looked at this outer spine to get it lined up. Each one is going to have a folder with some ephemera in it. Now, the only thing different about these packs is each one is going to have a piece of paper from a Tim Holtz Christmas pack. Some of the pages I cut in quarters so that you would each get one piece. But I wanted each person to also have a full piece of the paper, and I didn't have duplicates, so I just took 4 pieces out of the pack. So each one is going to have, and I think these first 2, it's going to vary, but you're going to have a piece of stationery with Santa if you want to write a letter to Santa Claus. You can see here are some of the ones that I cut into quarters, so you would have some fun paper to work with. And then each one is going to have a little strip of the Tim Holtz Christmas paper, and they're all going to be different. I wanted to include one with people on it for each pack. And then we have some vintage Christmas stamps. We have a piece of this 8.5 by 11 paper. That's from the Paper Studio. We have some very pretty Christmas tags. Actually, the tags might vary a little bit too because I don't think I had 4 of each one, but they're so bright and colorful. And you're going to see each pack anyway. Then a piece of this burlap, this Christmas paper. This is actually a little box that you can fold up, but it looks so pretty. It's got the Christmas color, so you could use it to make tabs or something. And then a couple of pages of music. And then we have, each one is going to have 4 vintage playing cards. We're going to have these, and we have Santa, the Coca-Cola, the vintage Coca-Cola. I love that. So you will have 4 playing cards in here. So this is journal number 1. And you know what? I will take some sort of ribbon or tie or something to put around it just to keep it closed. That will help identify it too. So for Christmas journal number 2, we have this really pretty cluster on the front with cardinals on the journal topper. And then the actual fabric is this pretty bright red with the Christmas trees on it. So what's on the inside of this one? Oh, this really pretty green and sort of off-white fabric with the trees and the deer. And then we have this pocket across the inside, sort of a vintage. It reminds me of an old general store or something. So we are going to call this one, let's say this is Christmas Journal 2 with the cardinal topper. And let me show you the paper in this one. Again, we've got 15 folded pages. And this has a piece of that pretty crinkly fabric. And Christmas papers, not fabric, paper, sorry. And I love this in the center. It just reminds me of a really pretty wrapping paper. And then my stamp on the back. And let's just tie this little Christmas ribbon around here. And I don't really need to show you everything on the inside in detail, except this is the piece of paper with this one, and that's the one that I cut in half. And then we get to the Christmas tags, and we've got these. So just really pretty, bright tags, gift tags that you can use in your journals. And again, no beads or anything. I thought you might like to do that. Okay, journal number 3, Christmas journal number 3. We've got the cluster on the front, the red fabric with the tree, and then this little piece of bridal lace. What do we have on the inside? We've got more of the red fabric with the tree, and then we have the cardinals on the pocket. So let's call this one Christmas journal number 3 with bridal lace cluster. And the pages, again, there are some plain pages to work on, and then the pretty Christmas paper from that same muted pack. I think it's going to be so fun to be able to add bright colors to this. I love all of these journals. I want to keep all of them. But you know what? I have a Christmas journal that really has room for more stuff in it, and I am so tempted to use an old one, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen. Anyway, there is this one, and then when we look at the pack here, let's make sure it's going to have its playing cards. So glad I saw these at the last minute. And then this is the piece of Tim Holtz paper, and that's the half piece. Everything else in this pack is exactly the same, except then here are the little gift tags in this one. I wish I had had 4 of every gift tag. That's going to be Christmas journal number 3 with the bridal lace on the topper. And let's put a pretty piece of yarn around that, just to hold it closed, and you might decide you want to do something else for the closure. Okay, here we are with Christmas journal number 4. Let's put these cards in here. So this one has got the beautiful cardinal fabric on the outside, and we have, there's the stamp on the back. This one has got some white hemp cord for the binding. And we've got the bright red fabric with the tree as part of the topper. And then we get inside, there's some of that beautiful green and off-white fabric. And then I used more of the cardinal fabric on the inside here as part of the pocket. Little strings everywhere. I like the strings, but I usually trim these up just a little bit and go through and add any glue or anything that I need to if I feel like it's going to be unruly or whatever. And then just some off-white on top of that so that you can see a little bit of it. It seemed like it was too busy just to put this down directly. And then as far as the paper, you can see again, there's a mix, 15 pages of just plain paper to work on and the beautiful Christmas paper. And again, these journals, this is my favorite style, especially at Christmas time when we're just journaling in it for a month, is to have these one signature, sort of primitive looking journals. And then this opens up with this beautiful, this reminded me of like a shiny wallpaper. And I did put a little bit of the brown paper tape on the back because once I folded this, it seemed like it wanted to crack a little bit, because it's got that finish on it. So there is that one, and there's my stamp on the back. These are going to be so beautiful dressed up. And then when you get in here, this is the piece of the Tim Holtz paper with this one, and then half a piece. Everything else is going to be the same, except, well, actually I said that on the others, but here's the tags in this one. The only other thing that varies, and I kind of forgot about that, is the little strip of the Tim Holtz fabric paper. I keep saying fabric. Here, like this is the one in this one, and you can see the little children there. I wanted to make sure that each pack had a strip of that had some people on it. So that is Christmas journal number 4. And for journal number 4, I'm just going to tie this strip of, see, if it may not even tie in a bow. It's not super long. But we're going to have this strip of sort of a cotton muslin fabric. So there's 4, 3, 2, 1. And then each one is going to have 3 jingle bells and one of these little snowman buttons. So cute. I can't remember if I bought those when I worked at Joann's or if I've had these for years. It's one or the other. So this is it. Thank you so much for watching. The links will be in the description. They will take you directly to PayPal, and I will be back really soon. Bye for now.